Hey y'all, welcome back. All right, let's dive in and see what Divine Holy Spirit has for the collective. You guys, the cards are all upright and in order by way of major arcana and through each element. Divine Holy Spirit, what do you have for the collective? What does the collective need to know and be made aware of? Hope y'all are doing well today. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments. I heard displacement of energy just now. I feel like there's manipulation, of course, going on, but maybe it's at an all-time high, high right now. So possibly it could be affecting you, but now you know what it is. You know exactly what that trigger point is, that you know that your energy is being disturbed or tampered with. But I feel like it's just like water on a duck's back at this point. At the ascension that you're on, it just kind of just rolls right off. It's not able to be absorbed is what I'm trying to say. All right. Well, I appreciate your donations and things of that nature. Support overall. I love you guys. All right. Holy Spirit, thank you for the messages. Okay, so I just heard random attacks. So that would correspond with what we were in just now. But it's random, but at least you can identify it. It's not like, oh, I need to go get a doctor's appointment. It's like, no, I'm being attacked. That's just cut and dry what it is. You know what you tell yourself. I doubt you would tell anybody else. I don't know. Like for me even, I know that when I cough now, I already had hints of what was going on before, but now it's like I'm sure-footed in the understanding that my body's just rejecting some sort of entity that's trying to take over my vessel. That's just what it is for me. It's been made very clear at this point. All right, y'all, here we go. Spirit, what do you have for the collective? I'm gonna let those cards fall out. All right, this is for the Divine Collective Spirit. Thank you so much. All right, those look like they want to come out. I'll let those come out as well. Excuse me. All right, y'all, in advance, please forgive me for clearing my throat. But, those cough attacks seem to come up. Those random attacks, right? But not really. All right, y'all, so let's get into it. World card at the bottom of the deck. Spirit, tell me more about this world card energy, please. I heard adaptation. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I hope that doesn't continue on in the reading. Adaptation. What is the adaptation, Spirit? I'm hearing propel. I heard come along. I don't know if that's like a coercion, like somebody kind of trying to persuade you, or if that's like Holy Spirit saying, follow me. Because I feel like the world card reverse would put you in a sense of, that energetically not knowing if you're going the right way possibly could be world card reverse energy. There obviously, I'm sorry I'm saying that. Y'all, I'm apologetic. What? It's hot. I'm not ready yet. Wait a second. Okay. All right, I think I'm getting an understanding here. So it's a transitional period right now. So it's easy to kind of get lost in the shuffle of things. It's almost like you have a crowd or a herd of people. It's kind of frantic. People are like all needing answers to their questions. They're looking at the signs and they're moving at the same time. It feels like a lot of like potential chaos could erupt at any moment. But for right now, it's like people trying to decide where to go. That's the group of people. They're kind of shoulder to shoulder. They're all kind of looking around, but then they approach a path to where one goes to the right and one goes to the left, but they have no idea which way to go. So that's kind of the energy that how it's being broken down to me right now, especially with the physical disturbances happening too, with the throat and the, the conversation on the side. Yeah. So you guys, so there has to be some sort of clarity of thought here. Like, not to get caught up in the chaos. Don't get caught up in the persuasion efforts, the attempts, that whole thing. Because it can easily be done right now. But I'm being recalled back to, me sharing that, now you have more awareness of these attacks. Like, you know exactly what it is. So it's like your mind is made up. Whereas you have others around you that need answers. They have no idea the mind and how to make it up. They don't have a clue where to start with that right now, just based on the temperament of society and where we are with politics and just the natural disasters, it's a stirring up. So it's not to get you confused, because you can't be confused because you're certain, you're sure-footed, you know exactly what's going on. But I feel like this has to do with others around you, just not succumbing to maybe stopping, what you're doing to get distracted, or even just them to, whatever they're going through to try to disrupt what you already know and are sure of. I believe that's what this World card reverse is telling us. Even when the cards were shuffling out, you guys, 2 times, I have 2 different groups that one fell on top of the other, but it was like they didn't fall out, but they were hanging off of the cliff of the deck. So I just went ahead and let them slide on off. That happened twice here with this energy. So I'll keep that in mind as we're going. So this is going to be critical thinking time, y'all. So I may not be able to spell it out completely for those who are already like, what is this woman talking about? Well, this may not be the reading for you just yet, okay? But keep watching, keep watching. All right, let me turn these 2 cards over, because I'm hearing idealism here with these cards. So perhaps there's 2 different ideals. But it's almost as if everyone as a collective energy, not even divine, but everybody. But that's where the distractions come in, because you have people in the crowd who have no idea where they're going. But you're laser focused, but they're getting in the way, or trying to, they're in the way. All right, we have the 4 of Swords here. I need to take my time. I need to slow down a second, y'all. We have the 4 of Swords and the 6 of Pentacles. So yeah, this is disruption energy here. So I'm almost hearing like the calm before the storm here with this group, this collective, or these duo, this pair. Look, y'all, I can't even get the formation of the cards together to tell you like the quantity. Like, it's so many different interpretations, because I still see this crowd of people. It's a mix of everybody. But it's like everybody has to decide where they're going, like right now. There are those of us who know exactly where we're headed, but then there are those who just got on this ride and they don't know, which route to take, because they still have one foot in the back, or the past, the former self, or whatever, and then they have one foot that's in a neutral zone. It's not going forward. It's kind of sporadic. They're kind of all over the place like this, but they're trying not to go backwards. That gave me like an energy of like an agitated ant. You ever seen an ant after, you kind of mess with them, but you didn't mean to, but then you're watching them and they're crazy. They're like, they don't know where they're going, what they're doing, what their mission is, what their purpose is, what tasks they should be focused on. That's the energy, y'all. All right, y'all. Okay, so this 4 of Swords has to do with rest. And this could be mental, because we're talking about swords, but it's like putting something to rest here. And then that rest could have to do with the Six of Pentacles, this distribution of funds. If it's not funds, if we're not talking about actual money, then it has to do with what value is placed on this aspect of what needs to be distributed evenly. But it's like compensation even is what I'm getting. Like now being compensated for what was basically taken from you, or it was imbalanced, whatever this is in these pentacles energy. But it's like finally getting your just due. But after a period of rest, after a period of kind of falling back, you know, considering and looking at the main thing being the main thing, not getting off track, off focus, distracted by other things that could have caused you to not get this equilibrium, because that's where we are right now, is that neutral zone. I mean, we're just waiting for directions because we know where we're headed. We have our leader. We know who we're in tune with, and we're just waiting for the instructions. While everybody else is the ant, the crazy ant. And we're over here like we're just, all we know is patience, because that's what we've grown from. We're the derivative of patience, long-standing, withholding, like we come from that. So that we're very comfortable here. Everybody else is like, what? Like what? Yeah. All right. I hope y'all got that so far. We're only 2 cards in, y'all. Well, 3 with the world card reverse. Okay, let's jump over here to the left, and then we're gonna cover. Okay, well, let me see. Where are we going, Spirit? Where are we going? All right, so I'm being led to kind of jump in here, but just with that first group of cards that did not exactly come out, I had to kind of allow it to make entry to the table. Let's see what's here. We have the Hierophant reversed. Ooh, we have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Judgment or Justice reverse, 10 of Swords, and then the 2 of Swords reverse, y'all. I just got hot. My stomach just kind of did a little loop just now. What is this, Spirit? All right, so I did talk about 2 different aspects here, as if these were 2 different paths, to where that crowd is just, they're agitated, but they know they need to move, keep moving along, but they don't know to go to the left or to the right. They know they can't go backwards because there's nothing behind them but destruction. Like, they can't go back home because their home's been demolished. This is like a scene from The Walking Dead. Like, you can't go back home. I mean, you know, the zombies took over. So the only choice you have is to move ahead. So is it going to be a collective effort? Are you going to go to a collective right or a collective left? But you got to make a decision here. And underlying all of this, y'all, is the judgment energy that we're under right now. You and I are over here chilling. We're like, okay, well, we know we're going to get what we're owed, but right now we need y'all to hurry up and figure out what you're doing and get out of our way, because we're ready to go. We're just waiting on instructions. So we need the street to be cleared out before we enter onto the street, so we don't have any disruptions. Hierophant reverse means I feel like there was ample opportunity to be able to listen to instructions from a higher source, but it was refused. It fell upon deaf ears. People weren't listening. They didn't take it serious. They thought it wasn't for them, whatever this is. But that lets me know that right now they're looking for God. They're looking for this higher source. They're trying to ask, what can I do with this Ace of Pentacles to make it in? It almost feels like the gates of heaven. That, I don't know if that's a real thing or not, you know. I'm open to any and everything, but if we could just look at it metaphorically, right? The gates of heaven are upon us. So now it's like, you know, how can I get in? But it's like, your money's no good here, you know. So that was that value placed on money, which they hoarded and harbored it and they made the money their god. They idolized the pinnacle, for opportunities and manipulation efforts and things of that nature, while, you know, this withholding energy, which is now pure divinity, that has been held back, we've been patiently waiting for it, and now it's here, and they got to give it up. But what they have is not going to get them in. I'm looking at the Justice reverse with this Ten of Swords. So the Justice reverse for me just means, again, your money's no good here. You had every single opportunity to get yourself together, to listen to warning, take heed, understand that you're worshiping a false god by way of this pentacle. You turned your head away from the real, true, almighty spirituality, guide, teacher, lifter of heads with this Hierophant reverse. You turned your back on that, but honored that pinnacle. So now justice is saying it's a no-go. You can't come in here unless you want to go ahead and answer for these Ten of Swords afflictions that you cause people. You want to go ahead and answer for that, maybe we can talk about it, but not right now, because I need you to move out the way so my divine ones can come in. So now might not be the right time, but what you can do right now is just step to the side and come up with a list of things that you've done to hurt others, and then we can start there. We can start there. Said Spirit. The Two of Swords is just the energy of what I was saying. They have to make a decision like quick, like now. Two of Swords reversed. They don't have a lot to go off of. That's the energy of the Two of Swords regardless, because the person in the card is blindfolded, and then it's nighttime. They can't even see the illusion of the moon because they're blindfolded, and they have the two short swords to kind of guard them because they're expecting some sort of, you know, something to come their way to where they have to protect themselves. And the swords are thoughts. So Spirit wants to give them some time to think about what they've done, you know, how they turn their back to God. Sorry for the camera shake. And the Two of Swords is going to give them that opportunity, but they got to come up with a list here with this Ten of Swords. Nobody's here to hold their hand right now. So this is judgment energy all day long, y'all. Like, they got to fess up and become complete and whole with that World card energy. But they need time, but there's no time. That's the thing. All right, let's go ahead with this other group here, because I said there's two paths, but they need to make a decision. They need to go ahead, do it now. Let's see what's here. All right, we have I'm gonna go ahead and spread these out as well. On the other path, it looks like of the ones who are running around frantic. They can't decide which way to go, but they need to hurry up and make a decision so we can go ahead and bring this world to a completion here. All right, we have the Two of Cups reversed, Seven of Swords, Three of Wands, Page of Pentacles reverse. Ooh, we got the King of Swords reverse, y'all, and the Hangman. Look at these decisions, y'all. Oh my. All right, so I feel like this Two of Cups reverse has to do with them putting a lot of God energy into others, idolizing others by way of relationships, connections. You know, who else did they put before, you know, God, this Hierophant energy? Yeah, it could be their significant other. It could be the fact that they stepped out on relationships that were made for them, that were divinely guided for them as far as the people sent in their lives, and how they destroyed those connections single-handedly. You got the Seven of Swords right next to that. So that would tell me that they were doing something over and over again, thinking that they were getting away with it, but now here we are. You can't come through these gates. You got to answer for all of this. That Seven of Swords has everything to do with someone who knows that they're wrong. They know that they're inflicting others. They're fully aware of this, but they keep doing it. Like, they don't care. The Three of Wands is like that expectation of something's going to pay off here. They're always expecting something to come from these relationships that they've built, that they've stabbed people in the backs to benefit them. That was the expectation of, what can I receive from this? You know, in regards to that person. Like, They initially entered in this relationship with them only to destroy it single-handedly, but they got to think that they were going to benefit somehow from that person. That could be any sort of measure. Doesn't look like it had anything to do with love. I don't see any other cups out here.
Is it cool if I go ahead with JC and Zaire?
Come on, you messing up my channel and Bryson.
Say hi to the king.
No, he said he wanted to say hi to the camera. Oh my goodness. You guys, you see? It's a game, right? It's a game. It's not a game. Oh boy. All right, you guys. So I have the page of, what is that? The Page of Pentacles. So another one trying to buy their way into the gates, and it's not going to be accepted here. Oh, by way of this King of Swords reversed, though, somebody took it upon themselves to play the role of God. So this is them asking, or someone asking for mercy from this King of Swords. But you know, it's already two wrongs. So it's almost as if this person built relationships up only to sabotage, stab the person in the back to see what they could gain from the situation. So when this person came up with nothing, it allowed this person to become the King of Swords reversed, you know, which we call that narc energy. They think that they're above and better than any and everything on this earth. But now they have that same decision. So I'm going to just say this narc energy would be like better known as a demonic entity, or demonic entities that just people allowed to be subservient to. They didn't mind saying, yeah, you know, I'll serve you, master. What do you want me to do? What do I need to do? Who do I need to be a fool for in order for them to come up? You know, it worked on both sides. If it wasn't the narc energy, it was who they were dealing with. Because there had to be some sort of opening for the narc to get in. If this person was vibing high, that King of Swords reverse narc energy, aka demonic entity, would not have been able to enter in. So there were faults on both sides here. Not that anybody's perfect, but I feel like, again, this is another group wanting to know which path to take. Where do I go? But they spent so much time ignoring what was actually going on, or what the real picture is. They didn't do the healing. They didn't want to go within and find out what was wrong with them to be able to fix it, to stop allowing these narc energies to come in and take over. They didn't do the work. Yeah. All right. So we have the Hangman reverse. So this is definitely a life-changing decision that needs to be made right now. Look how both of these ended with decisions that need to be made like right now. You see that? There's no coincidence. Let's see what else we have here, y'all. So on top of this Page of Wands energy, let me just go ahead and reveal everybody. Look who we have. Now the Devil shows up here with the Empress energy. And who else? We have the Queen of Pentacles, the Four of Wands. Y'all, give me a moment. Give me a moment. So here we are. It feels like a category of sorts. We have the two paths that they, you know, either, you know, you're reading the signs that you qualify to go through this line because of what you've been through and where you need to be, or this sign. They're reading the signs on the wall to like, which way should I go? But then in the center, the congregant is like, they're still like, they don't know which way to go, even though the signs are there telling them where. So what I have here now is Devil's confusion. But it was all to stop the growth and development of mankind here with this Empress energy, to stop growth. Empress is all about growth, new beginnings, nurturing. But that was the whole point of this Devil just being even in front of and on top of this Empress energy. The Empress is in the upright. But at the same time, this blockage coming in had a mission of destroying anything good to come to you and I, and them and they, he and she. I mean, without the woman, without the woman's womb, she can't be a mother. And a mother cannot bring forth growth without a womb. Why am I talking about wombs? Okay, well, let's keep going. We have the Four of Wands here. That's family. That's foundation. That's nurturing in itself, because you think about it, it's a celebration. In order to have a celebration, you need people to attend, right? You need gatherers, you need family, wholesomeness, people who support one another and love one another and want to be there for each other. But how can you have that if the Empress is not here to procreate? I'm getting the energy, y'all, of the rising up of women. No disrespect, men, but y'all don't know the challenge. Y'all do not understand the challenge here. We're talking about bodily, like physically challenges, and then like fighting against the world challenges. I got this Queen of Pentacles here. So this is foundation energy in itself. Queen of Pentacles is a harvester. They know how to make do with what they have, and they do great with that. Even if their resources are limited, they still find a way to get it popping. That combined with that Four of Wands foundation, this is what is deeply rooted here in this earth, this land. And we're talking about population. We were talking about population with the herd of people here. So this population, I feel like there's something on the balance beam here with this. I don't know where we're going with this, y'all. I don't know if this is now political here. And then the current state of affairs combined with natural disasters, this judgment and resurrection energy that we're under right now, y'all, this is going deep. And I'm not even sure that I can, continue on without taking a break. Because we're talking about wombs, procreation, women, women possibly rising up, taking over the world. Look, we have that with the Four of Swords here. That distribution now being equal because there was a rest taken. All right, y'all. I can't even pull clarifiers because it's like there's so many different open, I want to say open wounds here. There's so many open wounds here to have to address. But we'll leave it here, and I hope this helps.